G'day, I'm Adam Collings, and welcome to Stories. Today I'm talking about an old favourite of mine, The Paradise War by Stephen R. Lawhead. I first read this book back in the 90s when I was a teenager, and then again just last year. It's the first in a trilogy called The Song of Albion. Lewis Gillies is an American doctoral student studying at Oxford University, when his roommate Simon spots an article about a Scottish farmer who's found an Ice Age ox that's been extinct for 2,000 years. They decide to go check it out. As they investigate, Simon disappears. Lewis is convinced that it's a prank, but soon comes to realise that Simon has crossed over into the Celtic otherworld, a place called Albion. Worse than that, his presence over there seems to be causing both universes to come unravelled. Lewis crosses over to bring him back, but if you found yourself in a pre-medieval paradise, would you want to go home? Stephen Lawhead is the king of research. He's drawn deeply on ancient Celtic history and mythology. It may sound like a cliche to say it, but I really felt like I was there. Lawhead describes a world that's more intensely real than ours. The grass is greener, colours are brighter. He makes it sound intoxicating. Who hasn't felt fed up with the grind of modern life and wanted to escape to a more romantic ancient time? It isn't all roses though. This book doesn't shy away from the brutality of life in the other world. This is a place where death is common, where tribal armies kill each other because one king insulted another's livestock. This is a more primitive world than the setting of the average fantasy novel. It's a setting that Lawhead knows a great deal about. We don't see knights of great empires. We see barbarian tribal warriors. It felt very fresh to me. This is not a good time to be in Albion. A terrible evil has been unleashed, which threatens to destroy everything. In addition to this great threat, there are political upheavals going on in the tribe. People are starting to choose sides. The question is, will Lewis and Simon end up on the same side? There are a number of intriguing characters in the Paradise War, and I may not be pronouncing their names right. First, there's Tedged Tathel, a bard who accompanies Lewis on much of his journey. The bards themselves are quite interesting. Part entertainer, part priest, part scientist. They are the wise, intelligent people of their day. There's Sinan, a young warrior student who butts heads with Lewis, King Meldrin Moore and his son Prince Meldrin. There's the great warrior teacher Scatha and her 3 beautiful daughters. Some of these characters become important later in the trilogy. This book works well on multiple levels. We have this great epic scope where the whole world is in danger. We also get these personal stories. At its heart, the Paradise War is about friendship. The growing friendship between Lewis and Tedged, and the ever-strained friendship between Lewis and Simon. As is common in this type of fantasy, time works differently between Albion and our world. There's this one situation where Lewis realises he may have just caused a paradox. I won't spoil it, but it's a fun moment. Usually with epic fantasy, we'll have lots of point of view characters, with different stories happening all over the place. This book is written in first person, so we stick with the one character the whole time, and yet it still feels like it has epic scope. There's so much more that could be said about the Paradise War, but I don't want to spoil it for you. You're just going to have to read it and see for yourself. Stephen Lawhead is one of my favourite authors. He's written many incredible books in multiple genres, but the Song of Albion trilogy may just be my personal favourite of all that he's done. If you like fantasy novels, then I heartily recommend The Paradise War to you. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, you can head over to my blog, where you can also sign up for my monthly email newsletter. Catch you next time!